I'm always quite late to the party for certain things. Things like films and TV shows. For example, I was late to watching Deadpool. I was late to watching Skins. Last night I joined the party of quite a popular thing, and that thing is orange is the new black. This is a Satsuma. And now it's underneath the TV. Back in a second. And that's lost forever. Right, okay. Orange is the New Black is honestly one of the best things I've seen in a long time. I can't quite describe how much I loved it. I watched 13 episodes in less than 24 hours. Like, this time last night I started watching them. I watched episode 1 through to episode 5. And it was like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock when I actually went to bed, went to sleep. I was in bed watching it, but yeah. When the 4th season came out, it was all on Twitter, and it was really hard to avoid it. And I am so glad I decided to watch it, because oh my god, it is amazing. Now, I don't want to go crazy and say it's the best thing that I've ever watched in my whole entire life, because that's a bit mad, but it really is. It genuinely is. Just everything, the music, the theme tune to it. Oh my god, it is so good. With certain things on streaming websites, I always sort of miss the opening sequence because sometimes it's quite long and dragged out. But the song's really good. I think it's by Regina Spektor. I might be wrong about that. I want to listen to that all the time. I'm not going to put any spoilers in this because I'm not like that. Obviously there were some scenes that were quite distressing. The 13-year-old inside of me was like, oh my god, boobs. But the 20-year-old in me was a bit like, wow, the characters, the way it flows, the character formations and the way the characters gel together is so nice. And also, boobs. There's quite a lot of boobs and lesbian stuff in it, but I'm not complaining at all. A lot of my friends on Twitter have been saying it gets better over each series. And I'm thinking, how can it get better than that? My only criticism, I think, would be that the ending, again, I'm not going to spoil it, the ending was a little bit predictable. There was 2 characters there, 3 characters, 2 characters there. And it was yeah. But there's so many twists and turns, the romance and stuff like that. It's got everything that you want. It's got fight scenes, it's got swearing in it, which everyone loves. There's even little bits that I love most in the world. There's one bit when there's this character who stays silent for pretty much the whole thing. And in the last episode, when no one expects her to talk or sing, she just does it. And it's beautiful. It's like Susan Boyle. It's wonderful. There's some really, really heavy moments in it. There's a bit when, I'm not going to say who it is, a character dies, and it isn't her fault. She was put in that position, and she passed away. And one of the corrupt cops, I'm not going to say which one, just basically, mind my language, fucked her over. Again, back to fucking. Sorry. Again, the little bits, there's a little bit when, again, I think it's in the last episode where there's 2 people talking to the main guy, the main boss of the jail. The lights flicker on and off, and he goes, oh, that's probably trouble. And one of the characters says, oh no, I think that's a theatre thing for the show's about to start. And even in that little split second, you can tell that obviously he expects trouble to happen. But to me, as someone who enjoys writing and enjoys watching things like that, I pick up on things like that. Even from a filmmaker's perspective, it's just so wonderful. Obviously the whole aesthetic kind of thing is really good. And I haven't even got to my favourite part of it yet. The flashbacks. Now, I'm not sure if the flashbacks continue in the other series. I honestly hope it does, but obviously with the main characters coming in and out, I'm not sure. But I just love how it's really similar to Deadpool, because in Deadpool there's flashbacks, that sort of thing, and flashbacks really, really help the story develop. I saw it in 500 Days of Summer, I saw it in Deadpool, like I just said. It really helps the story go along because you kind of have you kind of make a connection with each character through those flashbacks, and you learn about their history and their past and stuff. I made a video, I think it was my last video actually, about characters that I relate to. Now, weirdly enough, I don't relate to anyone in Orange is the New Black, but that's not a bad thing at all. That's probably a good thing, because obviously I'm not, you know, a jailbird, so to speak. Oh, Bird's such a horror. I mean, I started watching Skins. I watched the whole first generation of Skins. I think that's 2 series, I think. I might be wrong about that. And that was amazing as well. I'll probably make another video about that once I've watched the whole thing. But because I'm in the middle of watching Orange is the New Black right now, obviously I wanted just to sort of talk to you guys right now because it's fresh in the mind, you know. And you bet your ass that as soon as I press the off button on this camera, I'm going to go right back on Netflix and watch the rest of them. I am literally on episode 1 right now. I haven't started it yet. I've watched the opening credits. Oh man, last night I was going through a bit of a hard time. I wasn't really depressed as such, but I just had this sort of overwhelming sadness. I'm not quite sure why. All the bad things in my life just kind of clogged up and I was like, ugh. But it wasn't because of the football. I mean, England lost in the football, but you know, whatever. It wasn't because of the EU thing. I don't know. But yeah, at this point in my life, I'm feeling okay. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are feeling safe and happy. I've written a sketch about the EU, which is probably not going to be my next video because it's getting to that time of the month. Not my period. I haven't had one of those yet. But no, it's the end of month video thing. My friend Andrew, who I met recently, who is a top-notch guy, he said that I should make a playlist for all the songs I've liked this month, and I can put it along with, and I can upload it along with like the video at the end of the month. And that's what I'm going to do. Like right now I'm in the thought process of what I'm going to do and what I'm going to talk about within the month and that sort of thing, because I tend to sort of just bung all the clips in and then talk in between them, because that's how I roll, baby. Anyway, I'm going to go and fish that orange out of underneath the TV. I've never finished a video by saying that before.